commitment and commitment to sanity when it comes to the laws of this country. I want to show some pictures. You'll recognize them. This is Aidan McCarthy, 2 years old. On the morning of the 4th of July, 16 days ago, Aidan and his parents, Kevin and Irina, went out to celebrate Independence Day as a family. They stopped by their hometown parade in Highland Park. Shortly after 10:14 a.m., Aidan lost both of his parents. It happened when a 21-year-old gunman with a military-style AR-15 rifle began shooting. Aidan's father, Kevin, used his body as a shield to protect Aidan. Kevin and Aidan's mother, Irina, was killed by gunfire. When the shooting stopped, Aidan was found wandering along the parade route with his father's blood smeared on his legs. I first heard about this from Mayor Rotering when I called her after hearing the news, and she talked about Aidan, the little boy they were still trying to identify. This other photo is Cooper Roberts, 8 years old. He was at the parade that day with his twin brother, parents, and a bullet severed his spinal cord. We pray that he will recover. But for the time being, he is battling paralysis from the waist down, and he's undergone at least 7 surgeries as a result of injuries, including one to reclose a bullet wound in his esophagus. Cooper's twin brother, Luke, had to be treated for shrapnel wounds to one of his legs. My heart is broken for these little boys and for their families and all the families mourning their loved ones and struggling to recover from this unspeakable act. Our nation was still reeling from the horrific mass shootings in Buffalo, New York, and Uvalde, Texas, when the horror came to Highland Park on the 4th of July. 83 rounds fired in less than 60 seconds. The gunman had perched himself on a rooftop and used the Smith & Wesson semi-automatic assault rifle of the AR-15 variety and 3 30-round high-capacity magazines to commit this massacre. He killed 7 people. Their names are Catherine Goldstein, Kevin and Irina McCarthy, Jacqueline Sunday, Stephen Strauss, Nicholas Toledo Zaragoza, and Eduardo Uvaldo. Dozens more were injured. Many are still hospitalized. Thousands experienced a trauma that day that will be with them forever. The attack in Highland Park was the 309th mass shooting in America this year. There have been 47 more mass shootings since the 4th of July. This is a crushing number when you consider its reflection on life in America. And it is disgraceful that we have done so little to stop it. Too often the weapons that are used are military-style assault weapons designed to kill large numbers of people in a matter of seconds. My colleague and the other senator from Illinois, Senator Duckworth, will speak to that issue with their own special personal knowledge of it. I'd like to turn to a short video that shows the threat our communities face from these war weapons, one of which was turned loose on Highland Park.
Indiscriminately fired at the crowd and struck people at random.
Stopping to reload his rifle, similar to this one seen here twice.
The Texas rampage comes just 10 days after another shooting massacre at a supermarket in Buffalo, New York.
Another mass shooting, this time at a church in California on Sunday. There are at least 3 mass shootings here in this country, 212 this year.
In many parts of the U.S., you only have to be 18 years old to purchase a weapon of war, an assault-style rifle like the AR-15.
The style of weapon used in many mass shootings, including the ones in Sandy Hook, Las Vegas, and Uvalde.
Waffle House, AR-15. Buffalo, AR-15. Boulder, Orlando, Parkland, Aurora, Colorado. Midland, Odessa. Poway Synagogue, Tree of Life Synagogue. Sutherland Springs, AR-15.
That's how fast someone can shoot 30 rounds, one
magazine from an AR-15?
Those bullets from a high-powered rifle have a velocity of somewhere around 3,000 feet per second.
I am an emergency room doctor. I can tell you firsthand, the damage from an AR-15's bullet is almost indescribable. It creates gaping holes. It liquefies organs.
You can't hunt with an AR-15 and eat the deer afterwards.
And that is what the surgeons and the doctors and the first responders are facing when they are dealing with these mass shooting victims.
They are weapons of war. Why do we allow our citizens to have such easy access to weapons of war?
This is the 10th hearing the Senate Judiciary Committee has held this Congress on how to reduce gun violence in America, the 10th. Today, we'll discuss the threat our communities face when civilians as young as 18 years of age have easy access to military-style assault weapons like AR-15s and no legal requirement for training. How did we get to this point? Why are these killing machines flying off the shelves after they were banned for a decade until 2004? Maybe it's the ads that market the assault weapons, symbols of independence, freedom, or the promise that owning an AR-15 style gun will make you more of a man. Or could it be the enticing prospect of toting around the same style of weapon that soldiers and Marines use to defend our country in combat? These are the marketing tactics used by gun manufacturers like Mossberg, Bushmaster, Daniel Defense. It's time to name and shame these companies. It's a disgrace that they have been shielded from accountability, even liability, for a devastation that's been caused by their products. I called them out on the Senate floor last week, and I'll do it again. These weapons are killing our kids and our neighbors. In America, this land of the free, you can no longer go to the grocery store, a movie theater, 4th of July parade, or send your kids to school without fear of falling victim to another senseless mass shooting. I want those who have lost so much to gun violence to know that I hear you, I see you, I stand with you in this fight for real change that goes beyond thoughts and prayers. Governor Pritzker made a comment after the shooting in Highland Park, which reflected the feelings all of us had. Heartbroken for the victims and families, but furious that a 4th of July parade could turn into a killing field in the United States of America. I want to salute some progress. In the last few weeks, we passed the most significant federal gun safety law in nearly 3 decades. We've also confirmed an ATF director for the first time in 7 years. 7 years. We've got to do more. If we're serious about reducing gun violence, we need to keep weapons of war where they belong, on the battlefield, in the police departments, not in our communities. Today, we have a distinguished panel of witnesses ready to make that case, and I look forward to their testimony.